Hello and welcome in this video where we will talk about default value, parameter ID and fast entry. In fact, as we checked previously with Glass Plus processes, it's not so easy to use all the transaction. Moreover, if you are in the business and you have to use always the same transaction like Miro or Migo, a lot of things like that. And you have to fill in all the same information regarding the plant, the company code, even sometimes storage location. It could be quite annoying if you make that during the whole day and always you have to fill in the same information. That's why SAP has provided different tools to help the users, but also you as a consultant to be more efficient and that it's more or less frustrating to use the tools. So let's go directly in the first step, which is the default value process. So it's not allowed or it's not available in the whole transaction code that SAP provide, but for some of them, we have a tools that is called default value that we can use to provide some value that we use all the time. Let's check the transaction code EW32. This transaction code allows you to check the maintenance order that we used previously in the business process of Glass Plus to repair the machine, if you remember well, in the plant maintenance module. So let's go in it. And here you can see that there are a lot of different fields to fill in regarding the planner group, regarding the functional location, the equipment, and so on. It could be annoying to fill in all this information all the time. So you have here in the extra tab, settings and default value, a windows that allow you to fill in all the information available here in these windows. If you have the habit to work always with the same order type, notification type, or always the same organization level, like the planning plant, the planner group, or even the reference object if you are working with the same equipment in the same location all the time, you can fill in all this information. But where it becomes really interesting, particularly in the maintenance module, it's when you will make some purchasing. Here you have the external processing and external procurement. So like in production order, the maintenance order is also allowed to buy some stuff, such as a service when you ask a company to come to help you on your site, or also to buy some spare parts that will help you to repair or make some preventive maintenance. You can then, according to this, already fill the purchasing group if you have always the same buyer according to you, or if you use the same material group, all the finance stuff like the GL account and also all the cost element. It's also interesting if you want to fill in the good recipient with your name, like when you buy something, you can say, okay, the recipient of these things I want to buy is me, and I want to unload this point to my office, for example. Then directly the warehouse, when they will receive the piece according to this purchase order, will know already that they have to give you the stuff they bought and even where they can put it. So it's quite interesting to first be more efficient and also to avoid some mistakes without thinking about it. But as I said before, it's not available in every transaction. So SAP has provided another tool which I will call Parameter ID. What is that? Let's take another transaction, which is called MB51. This transaction code allows you to check all the material document list. A material document is an history or a document that will register all the information regarding a material if you have increase it, decrease it, consume it, etc., etc. So when you buy a material, for example, and you received it, you increase the stock of this material, and according to this increasing stock, you create a material document inside. But you can see that you have different, I will say, different field to fill in, which could be quite annoying if you work always in the same plant, which is normally the case. So to avoid that, you can check here by press the F1 keyboard, the information regarding to this field. So when you press on it, SAP will open a help windows. This help windows will just first explain to you what is related to this field, but what interests us is the technical information here on the little tool. You click on it, you have another pop-up with the technical information, and what we want is the parameter ID here, WR key. I can go back and where I can put this parameter ID. You have here in the system, user profile, user data, all the information related to your own user. So really related to you. Here it's my name. We have the parameters here field, and you can add all the parameter ID you want according to your business. I find that WRK is the plant, and I'm working all the time with the same plant, 1210. So I press enter, the WRK is being recovered by SAP. He finds it's the plant, he has saved the information. I click on the save button, and then now, if I go once again in the MB51 transaction code, you can see that it's already filled. I don't need to fill in by myself. So it's really interesting to use the parameter ID. It can help you. We use it most of the time in the quite high level information like the plant, the company code, sometimes the storage location, because it's always the same we use all along our process. And finally, a little tips. When you go in any transaction, this is with any transaction in SAP, you check your transaction, and for example, the field is empty here. If you just press on the space keyboard, you will have all the last entries you have used during your session. It's only available in your session, so if you close everything, SAP will not remember that. But during all your session, it will remember a list, and then it's quite quick to just retrieve the previous one you have used, 2, 3, 4 previous one, to really navigate quite quickly. Here it's for display the equipment we have repaired previously in the plant maintenance. So that's it for this first part, the default value, the parameter ID, and finally the fast entry. But it's not all. SAP provide also a lot of different tools, and the next one is the variant transaction, which will help you to organize the selection screen in different transactions. But we will see that in the next video. Thanks.